Hey guys, and welcome to another video about Goddess of Victory, NIKKE. And in today's video, I will be going over some tips about long-term progression in NIKKE. But more specifically about limit breaking, we'll go over why this is so important, and I will give you some advice to help you max limit break your characters as soon as possible. As always, if you find this video useful and you like my content, please hit that like button and subscribe. And with all that said, let's get on with the video. I figured that this would be a good topic to cover because there's a lot of characters coming to the game, and I know most of you have already seen them. So I wanted to make this video to help you decide when and if you should pull for a banner, and what are the best ways to go about long-term progression in NIKKE. So limit breaking. Most of you probably already know what this is, but essentially it's getting another copy or duplicate for characters that you already have so you can increase their level cap. SR characters can limit break twice, so you can level them up until 160, and SSR characters can limit break 3 times, letting you level them up until level 200. But when you get another copy of a character that you already limit break 3 times, it will count towards the core up system, which is more on the whale territory, so I won't be covering that at length in this video. Most players right now are most likely dumping all of their upgrade materials on SR characters and maybe 1 or 2 SSR characters with 1 limit break, just because it's the most efficient method for your synchro device. And this will remain the same up until all of your SR characters are capped at level 160. So before you get all of your characters to level 160, you would preferably have a few SSR characters near the 3-star limit break if not already there. And the first thing that you can do to make sure you get as many duplicates as you can is by properly setting the characters you need in the banner wishlist. You can just simply select the characters that you already have, but if you want the best of the best characters from the banners for each of the manufacturers, I will provide a link to a very useful resource from the official NIKKE Discord server. And in that link, you will find a spreadsheet with a lot of very useful information about the game. But more importantly, you will be able to see the recommended characters for each of the manufacturers in NIKKE. They have different recommendations for different types of teams, so feel free to choose which ones you want to go for. At the end of the day, your goal is to get 5 SSR characters to maximum limit break. And the next advice is to save your silver mileage tickets up until the very end, at least for the free-to-play or low spenders. And I say this because I see the tickets as a last resort. I really recommend saving them even if you already have 200 tickets, and even if there's a character in the shop you already have. You wouldn't want to immediately buy a spare body or duplicate for a character, and then end up getting multiple copies later on for the banners. And then the next thing you know, you now got the same character more than 4 times. And keep in mind that anything past your 4th copy of a single character is quote-unquote a waste, because you are only after the maximum 200 level cap, and the additional duplicates after that will just count towards the core up system. So what I'm trying to say is that it's better to save your mileage tickets until the very last minute, when let's say you only need 1 copy for each of the 5 characters that you already have 2 stars on their limit break. You can then just buy another copy for each of them from the mileage shop using your tickets. Another advice, or more like a strategy, is that you can also choose to save 60,000 gems, which is a lot, but it should guarantee you a level 200 character. This would mean that you will not be spending your gems for months on end, so it will be up to you if you have the sheer willpower to resist the gacha, especially with all the characters coming to the game. This strategy is very luck dependent, because you could be very lucky and not have to spend all 60,000 gems, plus you also have the additional tickets from the different events. But keep in mind that you could also be very unlucky and end up needing a bit more pulls for maybe the last copy that you need. But of course, the banners are not your only source of SSR. You also have the character molds, which have a decent rate of dropping SSR characters as long as they're not a pilgrim unit. And there's also the potential of future events that will give us free characters like the day-by-day event. I also want to bring up that if you ever end up going all in on a limited character banner and you only manage to get them to limit break 2, there's still a chance that you will get them in the standard and social banner after their event banner ends. So if you already have a good selection of characters and you feel like you won't be needing more characters anytime soon, you can start to save your social points and even your regular recruit vouchers, so that when you decide to go all in on a rate up banner, you can have more chances of getting them again after their banner ends. So yeah, those were my tips for going about your long-term progression on your character levels and limit breaking. If you have any questions, and if you have tips that you would like to add on to the list, feel free to leave it down in the comments below. With all that said, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.